Hydro fam, okay, look, I'm gonna get right to the point right here. Do you see my face right now? I am already sweating just from standing here preparing to give you the 20-piece that I have for you right here, right now in Charleston, South Carolina, baby. So look, I'm gonna make you sweat just like me, so let's get right into this thing. It's total body, it's an AMRAP. We're gonna have some fun with this one, and we're definitely gonna sweat. You see I'm already doing it. Let's start right here on the warm-up, and let's see what we can get you sweating like. Here we go. All right, total body. I'm gonna shake this thing off real quick. If I could buy anything right now, it'd be the biggest fan in the world. But guess what? We're gonna work it out right here. Let's start with opening those shoulders up. Opening those shoulders up. Look, I can't say it enough, it's hot, all right? But guess what? You just gotta get through it. Sometimes in life, there's gonna be obstacles, there's gonna be adversity that you're faced with. Just gotta be able to run through that hurdle, get around that hurdle, go underneath that hurdle, whatever the case may be. So we're opening up these shoulders, we're gonna have some dumbbell shrugs. It's gonna be our first exercise in an AMRAP. All right, let's do some propellers right here. So now we're getting that torso, that trunk loosened up. We'll be sitting down on the slide of the Hydrow when we do some dumbbell seated alternating presses, okay? So we're gonna have to have some nice strong posture there. Nice strong posture there. Then we'll come back to the mat and we'll do some ribbit squats, AKA frog squats, for those who didn't catch the reference. All right, hip circles, here we go. And why are we warming up those hips? Because we're gonna attack those obliques and that core with those dumbbell side bends. Dumbbell side bends. So we got a little bit of variety pack for you today in this 20-piece AMRAP. And we're gonna go the other way. Here we go. If you weren't a hula hoop champion before, you will be now, because your boy is always gonna bring you the hip circles. Here we go. It's one of my favorite drills. Right into that body clock. Here we go. Right outside the H and the W on the mat. That's where we want, superhero pose. And we're going right down. Here we go. We've got about 40 more seconds here. And we're actually gonna start on the Hydrow. And we're gonna continue our warm-up process there. So we'll start at about 22 to 24. And then we'll get back into the swing of things here on the mat with the AMRAP. Let's do 2 more rotations. Here we go. And down. Hamstrings are on fire from bringing you that sweaty goodness here in Charleston this week. We're gonna fight through it. Last one. Here we go. And ending on the front. Boom! All right, let's take it over to the Hydrow. You see I got a couple different sets of weights out right here behind me on the Hydrow. Those are gonna be for the seated press when we get there. But right now, we're going 2 minutes at 22 to 24. I'm taking my time getting set up here. We got about 10 more seconds. Strap it in tight. It's a little hot, so I wanna make sure we got everything set up before we get into it. 2 minutes, 22 to 24. Here we go. Again, remember, this is our warm-up row, okay? Warm-up row. We'll come back to this, I promise, and we're gonna go for it a little bit. So just 2 minutes here. If you're keeping up with the time, it's gonna be to the 15-minute mark, okay? 15 minutes, not rowing, but to row. Here we go. Here we go. Hydro fam, I wanna share a story with you. Just this week, we learned that my great uncle, Freddie, cool name, my great uncle passed away on this week during shoot. And you know, when things like that happen, it's unfortunate, but you gotta keep living. And hopefully you can remember those folks for the things that they did or said or helped you accomplish, things like that. Uncle Freddie was probably one of my biggest fans, even though he didn't say it. He was a man of very few words, but the words that he did utter will have you laughing hysterically. So I want to dedicate this 20-piece to my Uncle Freddie. Hopefully, you know, some of my family get on the Hydrow train and maybe they'll see this and they'll be able to remember him through this workout. Like I said, man of very few words, but pretty funny guy. Definitely gonna miss him and his character. His oldest son was like literally one of my best friends, my favorite cousin, Alex. So shout out to Alex. I will see you guys soon. I love you. And we'll get through this. Last 5 seconds. And last stroke. All right, we got 30 seconds to transition. So we did that warm-up row. Now we're gonna get into the meat of the workout. First exercise, dumbbell shrugs. Dumbbell shrugs, we got about 15 more seconds here. This is the 5-minute AMRAP version of this workout. We're gonna do this 2 times, 2 sets, all right? But the first drill, dumbbell shrugs. So nice, relaxed posture here, and I'm bringing those weights up, okay? I don't wanna hinge here, I wanna bring those weights all the way up. Here we go. Try to get as close to your ears as you can. Let's try to do 10 reps. 8, nice. 9, 10, all right. I'm gonna go over to the Hydrow for the seated alternating press, okay? So just right here, feet not too far out, staying pretty close. We don't wanna be bent in real tight here, okay? So we're gonna be right here. We're gonna bring those weights right here, and it's alternating. There we go. So we talk about Uncle Freddie. We've talked about family. You'll hear me talk about family a lot in these workouts. So Uncle Freddie was literally my next door neighbor growing up. So I was raised by my mom and my grandparents. And so my grandfather's sister lives right next door. And so when my grandparents got sick, my mom moved in there, kind of helped out a little bit. So Uncle Freddie, I'd always see him outside doing his thing, and I always go down there, hang out with him a little bit. A couple more here. So close-knit family, really gonna miss that guy. All right, let's set those aside. We're going back to the mat. We only need 1 dumbbell this time. This is the frog squat. All right, so again, to sample this, we're gonna be right here. We're dropping that weight down. We stand up without the weight and pick it right back up, okay? That's where we're going. So here's a funny story about Uncle Freddie, and then I'll get off the Uncle Freddie train. Uncle Freddie was super ticklish. And I think 1 of 3 people knew that being his wife, his son, and me. So every time I saw him, I would go and I'd be like, "What's up, Uncle Freddie?" And I'd reach for that little sweet spot right here. Giggles all day long. But nobody knew that, just 3 of us. So no matter what setting we were in, we'd be in church. I remember one time we were doing an offering or a prayer or something like that. And I went up to him, because I got to church late, don't judge me. I tickled his side and he yelped so loud that they paused the scripture or whatever it was going on. Funny story. No lie there. 2 more. Here we go. Yes, we're gonna feel that burn. Last one. All right, leave it there. Pick the other weight up. We're going right into some side bends. All right, so this is our core part. So we're gonna keep those feet right here. And again, suitcase hold, reaching down. There we go. Reaching right down there. We've got about 2 minutes left in the AMRAP. Whew. I took the reps up a lot, and we're gonna try to get through as many rounds as we can. All right, last one. All right, right into those shrugs. Here we go. Remember, nice relaxed grip, driving those shoulders up. We don't wanna bring the neck down. We wanna drive those shoulders up. Keeping that neck parallel to the ground, okay? Parallel to the ground. Really utilize this drill to do the shrug, okay? You won't feel it now, but you will feel it later. And I promise you, you will not shrug it off. All right, let's have a seat. We're going right into the alternating press. Here we go. We got 1 minute left. There we go. 5, let's do 10 here. 7, still keeping that nice posture. 9 and 10. Drop them. I like to keep you moving. We're going right into that frog squat. We're gonna get through those rounds. All right, remember, feet out slightly. Dropping that weight, coming right back up without it. There we go. Try not to spend too much time at that top spot. We wanna get up there, extend, come right back down. Last one. All right. All right, I'm grabbing that weight. I'm going right into those side bends. Here we go. Bring those feet in a little bit, and I'm bending. Here we go. Woo. Here we go. It is hot, y'all. I can barely see you, but I hope that you are doing your thing. Last 2. There we go. All right. We've got a minute recovery. So I'm gonna spend my minute wiping my face off. There we go. I think Pete's gonna be up next on the mat. Since we're recording here, we do cluster filming. So we all record and film together. And so I think Pete's next up on the mat. So I'm trying to get this thing as dirty and grimy and sweaty as I can so that Pete can get that real sweat. All right, let's shake it out. Let's get some deep breaths in. In my nose, out my mouth. And let's do one more. All right, I'm rejuvenated. Let's go right over here to the Hydrow. And we're gonna go for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, here we go. Right into this thing. But now we're going at 26. Oh, wow, 28, gotta slow it down. There we go. Got a quick burst of energy out of nowhere. I think it's because in my peripheral, I can see my buddy Pete D warming up, getting ready. So I'm trying to stay focused because he's got all these muscles and stuff. And I don't wanna lose track. I'm trying to keep up with that guy. But I also want you guys to keep up with you, the best version of you. Let's see it right there at 26. Keep it going. Just 2 minutes. It's not forever here, but we're still gonna work. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. There we go. Keeping it going, keeping that momentum. We got 1 more minute. We're a minute in, y'all. There we go. Remember, this one's for Uncle Freddie. Don't let Uncle Freddie down. Oh man, you know, traveling all over the world in 2 sports, I lose a lot of opportunities to see my family and experience these events, unfortunate events as well. So I'm lucky enough that after this shoot, I'll be able to shoot home and not necessarily celebrate with my family, but relive the life that he lived and, you know, remember the good times. Last few strokes here. But with my family, there's always laughs, so I'm sure there'll be more laughter than tears. I'll use this sweat equity as my tears. Last 2 strokes. Here we go. Nice. All right, let's rack that thing. We've got 30 seconds to get back over to that mat. And for that last 5 minutes, we're going right back into that AMRAP. So remember, first thing, dumbbell shrugs. We've got about 15 seconds here. Let's just shake it out. This is that active rest. So we're just getting right back into it and we're gonna go right forward. I'm grabbing those dumbbells and I'm going to work. All right, here we go. Right back at the shrugs, here we go. Nice. Pull that weight up, suitcase grip. If you need to, you can turn them in just slightly so that you keep that form. Really push that weight up. If you want to, you can put a slight bend in your knees just to right there, but I'm gonna stay tall. There we go. 2 more. 9 That might have been more than 10, but that's okay. Right over to the slide. Alternating press, here we go. Right into it, y'all. They're making a lot of noise downstairs. We're making a lot of noise right here. We're waking our body up. We're having fun in the process. And we're putting in work. There we go. Let's do 2 more. Let's try to get 3 rounds. That's 10. Here we go. I only need 1 of them. Frog squat. Here we go, dropping right into the middle of that mat. Nice. Take it and leave it. That's what we're doing. There we go. Dropping that weight right in the center of our body and picking it right back up, okay? So we're doing that body squat in there. Resisted with the weight and then unresisted without the weight. 2 more. Here we go. And last one. Nice. All right. I still need it. I'm gonna pick up its twin and we're going into the side bends. Here we go. Nice. Obliques, we're gonna be on fire and sweaty. Here we go. But we're working, we're making sure that we reap those benefits. Here we go. My shirt is turning a different color, probably a darker shade. That's the sweat, baby. Now, I never sweat like this. This is brought to you by Charleston, South Carolina. There we go, 2 more. There we go. All right, where are we? We are on the dumbbell shrug. Why did I do that? I'm messing up my timing. Here we go, right into it. Keep it going. We're almost home, y'all. 6, let's do 10, 7, 8, 9, that breathing is key, 10. All right, I'm going back over. I'm running because I have a goal in mind that I want to get those reps in. Here we go, alternating. Remember, don't sacrifice the technique for the speed. Find that comfort zone and really push it. Because guess what? We have 1 more minute. That's 10. We're definitely gonna get through 3 rounds of this one, I can assure you that. We're going right into that frog squat. Here we go. Right here with it. Dropping it down and going. We got 40 seconds, we can do this. So we're in overdrive now. 2 more. I'm sweating all over this mat. I'm sorry for whoever's next. I'm pretty sure it's Pete. All right, leave it there. We're right here. Side bends, 20 seconds. Come on, y'all. Woo! There we go. Yes, I knew that if we could get these side bends in within that 20-second range, last 2, that we'll be able to get through 3 rounds. Shrugs, here we go, last minute. 10 reps, come on. This is the finish line. We talk about it all the time. That's 7, 2 more, 8, 3 more, 9, last 1, 10. All right, let's hustle over. Let's hustle over. You didn't know you were getting your cardio in this, huh? Alternating, here we go. Pushing that weight all the way up. We've got 30 seconds, y'all. 30 seconds to finish. I think we can do it. 9, 10, frog squat, come on. We can do this. Woo, 5 reps here. Here we go. Overdrive is in effect. Come on, that's 3. 2 more, y'all, come on, work with me. That's 4, last 1, that's 5. All right, pick that weight up. We got 10 seconds. Side bends, come on. 4, we're almost there. Woo, 7, 3 more, 8, finish it. 9 and 10. Wow. Guys, we got about 50 seconds to spare. Let's cool it off. All right. So where are we feeling it? I'm feeling it in my obliques a little bit. So I'm gonna do the opposite of what we did and go this way. Just right here, really reaching down, stretching that oblique right there. All right, gotta do the other side, right? Symmetry. So straight over and straight over, there we go. Of course, there's always more in the library. If you need a little bit more cool down, you'll see a lovely human named Kate D on there. They'll give you some mobility tips and some core and stretching. There we go. All right, shaking it out. Folks, we did it. This one was for Uncle Freddie. I love you, I miss you. Rest in peace. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.